1878, Black Forest, Colorado. In the shadow of Colorado's jagged peaks, where the pines grew thick and the land seemed untouched by time, a rancher named Thomas Landry carved out a life for himself. His small homestead sat on the edge of the Black Forest, a stretch of dense woods that even the bravest locals rarely entered after sunset. Thomas was no stranger to the wild. He knew the sounds of coyotes at night, the sudden hush of snowfall, the creak of old timber in the wind. But in the weeks leading up to his disappearance, he spoke of things he couldn't explain. Strange lights dancing above the treetops, whispers carried by the breeze when no one else was near. Friends dismissed it as exhaustion, isolation playing tricks on the mind, until one night he vanished without a trace. His horses remained tied in the barn, restless and wild-eyed. His dinner sat untouched on the table. The only sign of him was an axe, buried deep into the trunk of a tree behind his home, still quivering when his neighbors found it. No search party ever found a body, no signs of struggle. It was as if the forest itself had swallowed him whole. In the years that followed, the land earned a reputation among the townsfolk. Stories spread of hunters losing their way within yards of their own campsites, of figures glimpsed between the trees, too tall and thin to be human. Lights would flicker in the woods at night, bright, deliberate, luring the curious deeper until they realized they were hopelessly lost. Most stayed away. The land remained untouched for over a century, until the 1990s, when a family, the Lees, built a home on the very soil Thomas Landry once called his own. Almost immediately, the old stories returned. Doors slammed without cause. Footsteps crossed the upstairs hallway when the family sat downstairs. Children's toys moved from room to room. Faces appeared in the mirrors. Faces no one recognized. At first, they questioned their own sanity, then set up infrared cameras, desperate to catch some rational explanation. What they captured was far worse. Dark, mist-like figures creeping through their home, vanishing into walls. Heat signatures moving across empty rooms. Low guttural voices caught on tape in the dead of night, whispering names that no living soul had spoken aloud. The haunting grew so severe that investigators, including contractors tied to the U.S. military, conducted official studies on the property. They documented dozens of incidents, electromagnetic spikes, unexplained physical phenomena, and mysterious footprints that appeared and disappeared before their eyes. But the cause of it all? That was buried deeper in history. Long before Thomas Landry arrived, the Black Forest was known by the Ute tribes as Waka'n Guchu, the land of the shadow spirits. The natives refused to settle or even hunt there, believing it was a threshold between worlds, a place where the spirits of the lost roamed freely, feeding on those foolish enough to trespass. The settlers never listened. Thomas Landry didn't believe. The Lees thought the past had been forgotten, but the Black Forest remembers, and it never forgives.